and welcome to Studio
Set
Stage, a weekly podcast with us, Cynthia Mallard
and Mark Dean, where we take you from the studio to the set to the stage
in the world of entertainment.
Hey guys, welcome back to Studio Set Stage. Cynthia Mallard
and Mark Dean.
Hey, welcome back to a special edition of Studio Set Stage.
Yes.
So excited. After the amazing 2019 BET Awards last night.
BET Awards, Black Excellence, as they say.
Yes, our Black Excellence at its best. I just want to say, we just really need to just stop right now and just clap. Like literally clap for BET, clap for us, clap for all those people who make up our culture, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's all about the culture. It's all about excellence. It's all about the entertainment. Mm-hmm. And it was a awesome award show.
Amazing. I will tell you, even like in front of the camera, behind the camera, guys, for you Studio Set Stages who don't know, we attended a watch party last night. And when I say it was amazing, we are here in Atlanta and behind the scenes, in front of the camera. So you saw literature, you saw sports icons, you saw, what else? STEM people, you saw theatrics, entertainment, it just every facet of the world was represented at the BET Awards last night.
Yes, covered across the board, major spectrums. I mean, when you talk about film, you talk about sports, you talk about
television,
music, it all encompassed. It all was there.
You saw us. You saw us at the height. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was glued. Like, even though we had so many different things, like food flying around and then drinks being passed around and things like that. But I was absolutely glued to the television. So, like I said, this is a special edition.
Yes.
We knew that lots of other people are out here talking about the BET Awards and kind of what was the biggest highlights or whatever. But, of course, we are Studio Set Stage. And so we do this. Like we live this life just like you do.
Yes, Studio Set Stages out there. This is the place to be when you want to learn about what's not just what you see on TV, but what's going on behind the scenes the path to get there.
Exactly. No, and we want to give you the real deal. So I will be honest with you. We're not gonna critique too hard because honestly, it's been said across the board. BET did everything right. I feel, just a blanket statement. BET, my folks at Black Entertainment Television and Viacom, I mean, they hooked it up,
and I think it was really good. I think it highlighted a lot of the positive things that are going on that aren't really, you don't really hear about in the mainstream media, but they did take time to highlight some of those things. So, I thought that was a great kudos, great thumbs up to BET and the producers of the award show to go ahead and make that happen.
All right. Well, you know what? I just want to say thank you again, those of you who are joining us at this time.
Yes.
Thank you for live tweeting with me last night.
Yes.
I was going back and forth. Let me tell you, that's how you know a show is amazing. When you're on Twitter, and for those of you who are not on Twitter, get on there, okay?
That's right.
It's a plethora of information that is flying back and forth. Let me tell you, my little fingertips were like exhausted.
Right, they were on fire.
They were on fire because so many like reactions, so many responses. I was going back and forth with a couple of you guys. I can't remember your handle right now, but I thank you so very much for just reaching out. Some people retweeted a lot of my stuff.
Yes, I saw that.
Like I said, I'm just an ordinary person living in Studio Set Stage, and I was watching the award show. Although I was at a watch party. With some people who did not make it to the BET Awards, we camped out here as we all do, in Atlanta, and we just cheered our people that we know who live here with us.
Yes, indeed. And it was a lot of things that was going on here in the A as well this past weekend. But that was the highlight. Definitely taking time out and salute to those that were representing well at the BET Awards. So it was awesome.
all our local people, just got to say shout out to you. We love you so very much. So we will get to the BET Awards, like 2019 edition.
Right.
Like I said, special edition of Studio Set Stage.
Yes.
You guys are so used to hearing us, we know, on Fridays, right?
Normally on Friday. Yeah.
Right, but we felt like, okay, you listen.
We could not resist.
Exactly.
We had to do
I had
it.
so many people who were reaching out to us saying, oh my God, what do you think about this? And I was like, you know what, we're going to do a special edition of Studio Set Stage for tomorrow.
Yes.
Amidst all the other people who are talking, or other people who can't talk like we do.
Right, I know, and like you said, I mean, a lot of feedback, a lot of people were definitely reaching out to us again, and we appreciate all the feedback, all the love and support. Like you say, thank you for listening to us on the podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Play. And again, thank you for reaching out to us on our website, studiosetstage.com.
Make sure that you go there, studiosetstage.com, put your email in there, subscribe, so you can get our newsletter. You can kind of know what's going on with Cynthia Mallard. You can know what's going on with Mark Dean.
That's
or whatever.
Right.
And you can support. That's what this is all about, supporting each other.
Yeah, definitely. And when you support, like I said, it helps to expand the platform, helps to help us, help you in giving you what you need, the tools and resources that you need to make it, because this path is not for the faint. But if you know the process, that will help you build the fundamental foundations to you being successful.
Exactly.
And that's what it's about.
So the 2019, so the 2019 BET Awards.
Yes.
Oh my God. So it's like, where do we start? So I will tell you guys, for those of you who did not watch the show, who didn't catch it, who was not attending, my girl Cardi B shut that thing down just by opening up the show.
Yeah.
She shut the opening of the show down.
Right. Yes,
she was
indeed.
absolutely amazing. She came out, she performed with her boo, Offset. And when I say her performance was so strong, y'all, like I literally was screaming at the screen.
Yeah, I thought it was an explosive way to start it off. Cardi B has been setting precedent, really doing her thing in the industry. The number one female hip hop artist out there right now. So, Cardi, man, she delivered, as usual. She's never faltered. Her performances at these live shows have been pretty great.
They seem to be getting better and better. You tell me if you think the same thing. She's like getting stronger and stronger. She just had a little baby Culture. She's had the controversy with her husband or boyfriend, Offset. But something, I heard something about some plastic surgery going on, some complications. But you know what? She represented yesterday for the ladies. She did a lap dance. It was a good lap dance. I'm not gonna lie about that. But even Offset in his little dance set, which I didn't know Offset could get down like that. Did you see him moving? Oh my gosh.
Well, again, those guys have been, they're not Johnny come latelys. Migos has been on the grind. So definitely, I thought Offset, how they included him in the performance, and basically, just they're riding him aside. Hey, I'm supporting, Cardi. So, I think you was able to see that in the performance and see that really come through. So definitely, Cardi did a thing.
Well, I will tell you, congratulations to her. She won Album of the Year.
Yes.
So we love you. She's living her authentic life. And I think that's just the key. We always talk about it on Studio Set Stage. If you just wake up and just be you, don't pretend to be anybody else, you will find success eventually. It may take 3 years. It may take 10 years. It may take 30. But we're here to tell you, Studio Set Stage, you just gotta hang in there, right?
Yes, indeed. That's a testament to the integrity. When you keep integrity in who you are and what you do, that will shine through all of the other superficial stuff. Because at the end of the day, really it's about what you bring to the table in terms of your skill and your craft and understanding the business of it too. But, definitely, her craft, her skill, it shine through on that that performance.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, like I said, we couldn't. I had to go ahead and get to Cardi B, but hats off to Regina Hall, who was the host of the 2019 BET Awards last night. And what did you think about her performance?
Yeah, I thought Miss Hall, I think she represented.
Miss Hall. You're so respectful.
Yes, I am. I thought she did an awesome job hosting. I thought some of the skits were funny. The parodies.
They were funny. Yeah, I agree.
And she represented her hometown of D.C., Chocolate City.
Oh, my God. Did you not see how she paid homage to D.C. with EU? Oh,
yes, indeed.
Did she do it?
Shout out to all my peeps up there in D.C.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Now, you know what? I remember but of course, I was very, very, very young. I was a very young child when that.
You went out there doing the butt?
Yeah, I was. I'm just saying, I was a child. I was very, very young doing it. And like I said, they represented last night. Shout out to them. I'm so happy that Regina Hall paid homage to also Beyonce and the whole, like I said, DC vibe, right?
Oh,
because she emulated Beyonce.
Right.
Beyonce's Homecoming. I mean, in the fashion that she could only do it. What I'm saying? It was funny, but it was absolutely great.
Yeah, definitely. Kudos, man. She definitely represented and gave homage to and paid homage to Go-Go.
Yes.
Which, I mean, is the exclusive, in terms of music, the culture, it really stood out. And, I thought it was a great opener. I thought it was a great show opener, the way she came on as host. She took control, took reins of it.
Yeah.
And I thought she did a great job.
Hey, what? Let me ask you now, Regina Hall. Now, when she taught, the actress. Now, I don't know if some of you guys may have missed this part, but of course, she was nominated for Best Actress, right?
Yeah.
Alongside some amazing A-listers, right?
I know where
and this
going.
was the point when I say I hollered laughing when she found out that she did not win, and she lost to her friend Regina King, right?
Yeah.
And she literally lost it and was like, you know what? Why don't y'all go down to Beale Street and find and get her to host the show. So it was really cool. I died laughing at that. So her comedy bits were really good. I'm gonna tell you, she didn't talk too much. She didn't try too hard. I felt like Regina Hall. I felt like she was very comfortable. I mean, she's an actress, so yeah,
and that's what it's about. It's about entertainment. I mean, when you watch those award shows, you don't want it to be a blah situation, and I thought that she brought some prizes and surprises to the stage.
She did mention something. She did mention that it was a whole bunch of babies. Now, I gotta ask my studio sister. I mean, this may be for my millennials. Like, why is everybody named Baby? I'm trying to figure out. I'm with Regina Hall, like from last night. Like, what? Why is everybody named Little Baby?
Well, I think it's a testament to the culture.
Okay.
I believe that with like you said, that's just part of it. I mean, this culture, it has a new and thriving subgenre underneath the genre of hip hop, but it's expanding. And, you have to be cognizant of that. And by watching the BET Awards and how they represented that spectrum across the board, I thought they did a really good, they really did a good job at really displaying that through the award ceremonies process. And to those that did not know those artists, they got a awesome introduction to them.
You know what? If you're just joining us, this is Studio Set Stage. I'm Cynthia Mallard.
And I'm Mark Dean.
Yes, and we are discussing what reaction to last night's 2019 BET Awards. And we're just talking about how fabulous it was and a great display of just beauty, art, music, literature, our people in media, politics, film, fashion, television, sports, global. I can go on and on.
On and on.
It was, you know what? I'll be honest with you, because I watched the pre-show too. So a lot of people are not discussing the pre-show. So we are going to throw it in there because, and even during the show, but really during the pre-show, BET has gone global. And I am just so happy that there was a big emphasis on African, Afro beats, Afro music coming straight out of the motherland.
Yes.
So yeah, just hats off to BET for that.
Yes, kudos to all the international artists, from Nigeria, France, Ghana, even, just it's global. It shows you that the music community now is global because of, like I said, social media, because of the World Wide Web. It's made that just a little more smaller. But in essence of the representation, I thought they did an awesome job. And the music was bumping.
What?
Yeah, it was bumping.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I love Afro beats. I know a lot of people say, what took so long for Americans to embrace Afro beats music? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just the exposure. I know this is your thing.
Well, internationally, it's always been.
It's the exposure, right?
Yeah, but it's about exposure.
Right.
It's definitely about
so
the
basically,
exposure.
you had maybe programmers who were not, or who didn't feel like Americans wanted to listen to Afro beats. I don't know.
Well, I think with this music platform, it's so segmented. Especially in America, because you have those specific genres where radio, they might say, okay, we are top 40. We deal with country, or we deal with R&B, we deal with rap, we deal with hip hop. But, in terms of the international spectrum, I think it kind of seems like Swiss cheese. Certain things fall underneath, beneath the cracks.
Right.
But in
other words, there was no room for it in American culture right now.
They just didn't focus on it,
Yeah.
But on the international stage, you travel outside, man, that's one of the top genres.
It's there.
It's always been.
You're so right.
Just in America.
I will say congratulations to Marsai Martin, who won the award, the Young Stars winner, one of the youngest executive producers, 14 years old.
Young diva.
You better go, girl. And you know what's so interesting? Her reaction last night, she did not expect to win. And of course, her reaction has turned into a meme, another meme. She's got several memes online right now, but totally that very surprised look is what everyone was like losing their mind over.
No doubt. And, I think she did really an eloquent job of accepting her award, for the, I think it was the young. Definitely. I thought she did an awesome job. And, bright future, and that's just testament to show that, hey, this next generation, they are understanding, they're learning the business, they're learning, right, and that's what it's about, and like Tyler said, last night, just really owning your business and different things like that. But, we're going to get more deeper into that.
Yes. You're so right. So moving on, I was floored. Of course, you guys already heard me talk about this. Lizzo, like I could not wait. I could not wait for her performance last night. Yeah. All I kept saying, okay, when is Lizzo coming? When is Lizzo coming? And when I say she came out and she did not disappoint.
Yeah, Lizzo killed it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that.
Let's just go ahead and put it out there.
In a nutshell, dope.
Yeah.
I'll put it out there. She killed it. I thought her performance was on point.
Talent undeniable,
definitely,
right?
man.
Yeah.
When she pulled out the flute, I thought that, okay, she's showing her musicality. So I'm like, okay, girl.
She's got talent. She's also got the humor. Like she's on the cake. Like I thought all of that just came together. So she's one of my top artists, one of my favorite artists. She performed Truth Hurts, one of her number one singles right now. And it's so interesting. I know she talked about a long time ago. She said for a long time, she didn't think her music was reaching Black people. So when she was invited to perform for the BET Awards, like she said, she was floored just to be with her people. So big ups and so much respect for Lizzo. And and not to mention she rocked the crowd.
Yes, she
like
did.
The crowd
No doubt.
jumped up. If you saw Jada Pinkett Smith, you saw just everybody. Rihanna,
Rihanna
jumped
was
out of her
rocking
seat.
out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think this is debunking. What is it? The image that people in the industry like, oh, you got to be a size 2, oh, you have to look a certain way. I think she's one of those trailblazers out here who is just knocking down all these stereotypes that you have to look a certain way to be successful in the industry.
Yeah, Lizzo takes pride in being who she is, and she does not, she doesn't make any apologies for it. So definitely give her props. And she performed, she killed it last night on the BET Awards. And, hey, Lizzo is Lizzo, and I think she's going to be even bigger. And we're going to be hearing a lot more from this young lady.
Oh, yeah, she's here to stay. So
no doubt.
If you guys are just joining us, Cynthia Mallard in studio with Mark Dean. This is Studio Set Stage, and we are recapping the 2019 BET Awards just from last night. Some great, surprise surprises, and one big surprise, you will not believe the Bobby Jones with Gospel Inspirational Award. Remember?
The Inspirational Award.
You won't believe who won.
Okay, well, why don't you let them know?
No, we already do know. Okay, the awards happened last night. So big ups and congratulations to Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Doggy
who
Dogg
took that award home. He wasn't there to accept it, but he actually won. Can you believe it?
Yes, definitely. He won for a single along with the gospel legend Rance Allen.
I think the award is like amazing for Snoop Dogg because you got to think about his beginnings, and for him, it just shows that he has grown so much.
Yeah.
He used to be a gangbanger himself. He used to be, still a gang member. That he has confessed, but he also knows that God is at the head of his household.
Yeah, definitely.
So I love that he took that award. That's one of the biggest surprises for me last night.
Yeah, and also, like I said, his project, which was very inspirational. It was a full gospel project. Again, like I said, he won that award with Rance Allen, but he had some other great songs on there. Great material, that featured other gospel artists. I think he had Charlie Wilson on there. Of course, he's collaborated with him in the past. KC from KC and JoJo.
Wow.
Yeah, but great project. If you guys haven't listened to it, definitely pick it up. Listen to it.
Listen to it. So look, moving on, another great moment of last night's 2019 BET Awards was the performance between Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yes,
You better go. You better go. For Old Town Road, y'all. You know what? Just to see them on stage together. Big ups to Billy Ray Cyrus. Obviously, he's there. The money is there, of course, which is, I'm sure, an incentive for him to have jumped on the record, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I think it says more about him and his character, too. You tell me what you think. I know you followed him for a long time.
Well, I thought that, even if you guys have followed, the story behind the record of Old Town Road, it really fought against the grain, being that he's a young African-American artist, and to have someone of that caliber like Billy Ray Cyrus come out and co-sign the record and say, no, this is not, fake breaking on the genre. This is actually a popular record that's a good record.
That's a great record.
And can be solidified in that genre.
Yeah.
And really music, it transcends racial boundaries. It's not about that. It's about, the music's good, the song is good, it fits my style, it fits my caliber. So I can relate to it from, even if I'm from the country or I'm from the city or whatever. If it's good music, it's just good music.
I mean, you saw everybody in the audience when they were singing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like people were up doing the line dances, like black and white, who attended the BET Awards. I was checking it out. I was up there singing. It's not often that I sing a bunch of country music. Now, I do have some country songs that I like, but it's not often that you hear me sing. So for me to jump on, Old Town Road with everybody else, that means a lot. That the song is a well put together song.
Well, in growing up, where I grew up, basically also home to the Commodores and all those guys had included and infused country into what they were doing as well.
Yeah.
So, I've always loved country music. That's part of my pedigree. But, it's just a great display how they performed, and again, kudos to Billy Ray Cyrus for doing that and just showing up, and they rocked it out.
They rocked it out.
They did a great show.
You know what? I will tell you, and I'm just going to say it. I know a lot of people probably did not say it. Of course, you got a whole bunch of little babies, and of course, we come from a certain generation.
Right.
So you know what? I was just looking at all these new artists, relatively new. There's this lady named Sweetie. There is Megan Thee Stallion for all my millennials, right? See, we trying to keep up. We trying to keep up, but someone had made a comment, was like, "Oh my God, like what are these young people doing? This is horrible. This is garbage." But you know what? I had to stop and think. I was like, you know what? Looking at Megan Thee Stallion and all these sweeties, like That's like the new school Lil' Kim, right? Wouldn't that be like the new school Lil' Kim or
Yeah, I think it's an extension. It's definitely extension
for this generation. This generation. It's their Little Kim, right?
Yeah,
so you have to give them some leeway. You have to let them have their Little Kim. You got to let them have their Mary J. Blige's. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like what we enjoyed back then. It's just being recycled. It's being recycled in younger people, is what I say.
Well, they say there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
But however, this thing it's ever evolving, and with the music industry, and when you look at, you talked about Mary J. Blige. When you look at her, which I feel is an extension of that. When you look at the other artists that are performing, the young female artists, even Lizzo, I think they serve as an extension of those artists like Mary J. Blige.
They've learned from them.
Badu,
They've learned from them, and they're interpreting exactly. Well, big ups to all of our millennial artists who are out there. They were doing their thing. I will be honest with you though. It was one of the artists, I think it was City Girls, and they had a performance with the girls and with the booties up in the air, and all I could think was, "Ooh, child." That's all I could think. My arm would be broken, my leg would be broke. Interesting.
It's
this entertainment. This is entertainment. This is entertainment. Exactly.
That's what it's about. Yeah. And they follow that tradition.
Yeah.
And they actually are keeping the genre alive.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Yeah.
So and it's just amazing to see the trajectory of this thing and how it expands and how it is expanding even more. So, I definitely love that.
I will tell you, moving on, did you see the appearance, guys, with 50 Cent on video with host Regina Hall? There's a big running joke, about 50 Cent. And, when you owe him money, man, he gonna don you. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna don you.
Yeah.
So he basically, I did a guest appearance on video saying Regina Hall need my money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I thought that was a pretty cool clip featuring 50 Cent.
Yeah, he's been in the news, definitely saying, "Hey man, you owe me money. Don't let me come see you."
It's almost like, listen, don't cross 50 Cent. He that dude, right? He's that dude. We were watching some clips, like the original clips of Suge Knight when he had the beef with Puff Daddy,
back in the
and
day. Source Awards, right?
I think it was 1995, and we were just kind of reliving that because I think BET did a spoof on that also. So they included that, so everybody remembered or were reminded of that. I wish, and I don't know if I missed it. Maybe I was laughing too hard. Maybe I had turned around or something. Maybe I went to the restroom. But I wish did they show Puffy's face when they did the spoof of Suge Knight?
Yeah, because Puff was in the audience. Yeah,
he was
with
in the audience.
Mary J.
And he was right next to Rihanna. So I'm just wondering, did they show his face when they did the spoof when Suge Knight was like, anybody who want to be a star and an artist, and you got to be worried about, you don't want to be worried about your executive producer dancing in your videos.
Right, I remember. Yeah. They were in New York doing that.
It just was hilarious to me.
I remember that award show. It was a historic time. Even though I was young, but I remember.
You sure you were young?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was young. I was young.
Gotcha.
I always had a thing for older women, so that's why I'm on the set with you.
I got you.
Anyway,
I got you.
Seriously.
So moving on, we were talking about just the artists, but I will tell you, where some artists came on and you're kind of like, oh my God. There were some artists who came on, like young millennials, who were like absolutely amazing. Like talking about her. H-E-R. Her. She did a performance, and I literally was just like flabbergasted. I was just sitting there like, oh my God, I am floored. Like, she did Lauryn Hill well. Who else does she remind you of?
I think the song channeled a lot of, the artists that are kind of like at the stone, the foundation. Like, I think she channeled Stevie Wonder in that.
Okay.
And dealing with that song because it dealt with a lot of issues that we are facing on a social level. And I thought her performance was awesome.
It was
I
very
thought it was
socially
one of,
conscious
To
music.
me, I
It
thought it
was.
was one of the favorites.
Now, did she grab like a bass? Was that a bass that
Yeah,
she?
it was an upright bass.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I think she plays about maybe 8 to 9 instruments.
So she's like a mini Prince.
Well, yeah, you can
Something
say
like
that.
she's like a female
You can
Prince,
say that.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's a musical prodigy. So she's
Awesome.
been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, starting out. But kudos to her and her performance. I thought it was awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
You know what? And of course, moving right along, we want to give a big round of applause for Mary J. Blige, who received the BET
Mary J.
Lifetime Achievement Award last night.
Yes.
And let me tell you
No
something.
doubt.
There are no words. It's like how do you put it into words? What Mary J. Blige means to us? Like she is what we have all felt throughout our entire lives. In the happy times, in the bad times, she has a track for every part of our life.
Well, the moniker that they, when she came out then, they called her the queen of hip hop.
Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is the queen.
She is the queen.
It's a testament to her body of work, the accomplishments, and to have her, and the award that she was given, and just to see her perform, it definitely took you back down memory lane.
It did.
But it also showed her staying power.
Yeah.
In
Regardless
terms
of what's happening.
Right. Her staying power.
If you heard her acceptance speech, she talked about, she thanked everybody, but she thanked people for the times when it was high and the times when it was low, when she didn't have anywhere to. She talked about when she didn't have anywhere to go, where to rest her head on a pillow. I think it was when Uptown had folded or something like that. I'm not familiar with that, but I do remember her going through so many different rocky times financially also.
Yeah, well, during that time, and like you said, Uptown was one of the top R&B labels during that time. And they had a plethora of hits, along with not just Mary J, but Jodeci. You also had other artists on there, but I remember those two as really the top artists during that time.
Yeah.
But like I said, when Uptown went under, she definitely said she gave props, I think, to Jimmy Iovine.
Yeah, she did.
And those.
Yeah.
But she also, from there, she was able to springboard and actually start her own brand and actually expand into other areas. Which helped her to really build her platform.
Businesswoman.
And just solidified herself as, like I said again, the queen.
And let me tell you, she not only did she just do music, she also ventured into acting and producing and everything. So she wasn't just one hat trick woman. She's been, like you said, she's been around, and she is someone who we need to be looking up to as a studio set stager. I'm gonna tell you, I was so happy when she brought out Lil' Kim, right? And Method Man. Did you guys see that? Lil' Kim basically got out there and just showed the Nicki Minaj's. She showed the Cardi B's. It was so good to see Cardi B's reaction to Lil' Kim up there, because she was just like, you know what, you better work that thing. You know what I'm saying? This is where it comes from. This is where you guys are getting this. This is one of the women who laid the trail for you guys. Yeah,
definitely. And it's always good when you know where you come from, you know where you're going. And to know that, like I said, she definitely blazed a path that others can come behind and follow. And, it was just a testament to the award that she was given last night. And I just give her mad props.
You know what? She also thanked, Puff. Puff was like a big a big driving force. And you can see that. You can totally see that. I remember watching, I was telling you earlier, watching a video where she said, Puff was no joke. He did not play. Like, he pushed you to the limit to where you felt like, I'm about to die. Like, I cannot do. And he said he would still push you even more. So you need people like that in your life. Big ups to Puff.
Yeah, definitely. Puff, again, just a master at what he does. In the industry, a mogul. and still here. That's a testament to his staying power.
Yes.
Because and with those guys, like they have definitely, like I said, they laid the blueprint for a lot of the successful entertainment companies and the moguls that you see now.
You're right.
So
exactly.
and Puff was definitely an influence for me from that side of it, in being a mogul and taking control and understanding that, hey, power does only seemingly appears in front of, the mic or, but it also appears behind the scenes.
It does. It does. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I know everyone wants to talk about Fantasia. I hadn't seen Fantasia in a long time. And when I saw her, I was like, who is this woman up here on the stage? Big ups to you, Fantasia. You looked fabulous. You sounded amazing. But I did live tweet. I was like, I need to know what kind of ab exercises you did. I need to know the squats you did because, baby, you were looking fabulous. You always sound amazing. She always sounds amazing, right?
Yeah.
But that body, baby, she got that body in check.
And don't forget, American Idol winner, of course. Fantasia is definitely one of the hallmarks in terms of the genre, in terms of the voice. She is one of those artists right now that is continuing in the tradition of, say, your Patti LaBelle's, your Aretha Franklin's. On that tip. So, and I've been riding with Fantasia since she first came out, when she was on American Idol show.
Yeah, I remember meeting Fantasia. I used to work at a particular radio station in a different market, and just meeting her and talking to her, awesome. So genuine, so down to earth. So, so happy for her continued success. So, shout out to you, Fantasia. So, moving on, you are joining us, Studio Set Stage. I'm Cynthia Mallard.
And I'm Mark Dean.
And we are continuing to break down the 2019 BET Awards as only we know how to do it. You can go and listen to someone else, but they're not going to give you as much in-depth that we are giving you here because, we have a vested interest in your success and you being successful in this business, right? So the BET Awards, of course, was a display of basically our culture, the African-American culture, the things that we have brought back from the motherland, from Africa. They are still here today, and they are surfacing, allowing us to flourish, to really show people that we are kings. I was going to say that we were queens and kings, but we are kings and queens when it comes to everything. When it comes to art, when it comes to beauty, we mentioned Rihanna, right?
Right. No doubt.
Looked like a boss last night. Can we say boss? Like she looks totally different now. Amazing what becoming an executive can do for you, right?
Oh yeah, and it's just I think it's the natural flow of things when you understand that it's a business.
Yep, natural progression. Exactly.
It's a business. This is the entertainment industry. It's the music business. When they say music business or show business, I remember a manager a long time ago. He told me when I first started. He said, "Man, remember, business is a longer word than music.
Oh man,
business is a longer word than show.
Yeah.
So in order for you to be successful in the industry, you have to love the craft, but you also got to learn the business as well.
Right, exactly.
And that's a testament to Rihanna. That's a testament to Cardi B,
Jay-Z, anybody successful, exactly.
Puffy, Mary J.
All of them.
Those artists, they got the memo.
Yeah.
They understand it's a business.
And it's okay. And sometimes you have to learn, like what was so good to see everybody at the BET Awards,
right.
All of them have fumbled and they will tell you. And some of them have fumbled publicly. Then some of them you haven't heard about, their missteps or whatever. But it's just part of the learning process. Like we're still learning. We're still, going through this. But we enjoy doing what we do. But we are trying our best to get the business right so that we are here and that we have staying power, in whatever we do. So speaking of staying power, just continuing, Tyler Perry, one of the ultimate icons. He received the ultimate icon from BET last night for just, he is an icon. I mean, God, he's been in the business, 30, 40 years now, and he is an actor, he is a producer, he is a director, he is an executive. So we're here in Georgia, and this is is where his studios are. And we just want to say congratulations to you, Tyler Perry. Myself, as far as being an actress, I've gone in with his casting director many a time. So they run an amazing top shelf operation at Tyler Perry's studio. Don't believe what you hear, y'all. Tyler Perry is giving people jobs.
Yes.
He is elevating our culture, as you heard last night.
Yes, providing opportunities. And that's what it's about. It's about expanding the platform and providing opportunities. Because, and also, as you get into that, also being of service.
Yes.
Excuse me. Being of service and pushing the platform further, and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
So definitely, I thought that was awesome. The message that he gave within his acceptance speech, saying that you should own.
Yeah.
You should own. It's
Bottom
about
line.
owning.
Bottom line.
And when you own the platform, you can create other opportunities.
Yeah. It's nice, like he said, it's nice, to look good and, try to go over on to somebody else's, and try to get a seat at their table. But he was like, what about creating your own table?
Right.
What about creating your own table, creating your own seats, so then you can choose who's at your table? They got a table and then you got a table. Same thing as they got a bag, you got a bag.
Yeah. And, he also said that, other people, they are counting on you to fulfill your dreams.
What?
Because
you better say
your
that.
dream that you have could be the springboard for someone else.
They looking
so
at
putting
you.
yourself
Exactly.
in position where you can be of service and help others and provide opportunities to others. And when he was talking about, the opportunities he provided to certain actresses and actors that wasn't necessarily getting looks from Hollywood, but through his projects, he was able to provide those opportunities.
Exactly. Well, you know what? What's interesting is that he also alluded to, and you guys had to catch this, but the character of Medea, basically he's retiring Medea.
Right.
So you didn't hear it, but I heard it. I caught it, where he said, Medea was a vehicle. Medea was a vehicle so that he could create, so that he could serve others and create the opportunities for others. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So, we love Medea. We love the character. We think it's absolutely great. But you have to look past the character, right? It's entertainment. It is what it is at that point in time. But for him, he was just saying that Medea was a vehicle. A vehicle for him to get to a certain point so that he could start hiring and elevating others. He wanted to make it much easier for people coming into the industry versus when he came in, because he'll tell you he had to claw his way up. He had to claw his way up, and for so many other people, he's made it easier for them to work, to be producers, to be photographers, to be the actors in the project.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, he was mentioning when he purchased the land for his studio.
Yes,
there used to be a former Confederate army post.
Wow. Chills.
And when he mentioned that, he said he did that and he purchased that land on purpose, so because it's in one of the more challenged areas
Greenbrier,
in Atlanta. But
right.
He said he wanted other young African American boys and girls to see that this is possible. And when you see the possibilities, sometimes you just need to be exposed. Sometimes that will light the spark.
See it. It's like, how do you know you can be a doctor if you don't see any doctors that look like you?
Right.
How do you know if you can be a pilot if you don't see so representation matters. It really does. So guys, moving on, wrapping up the show, I was floored by the tribute, the humanitarian tribute and award given to Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, Nipsey Hussle.
Man, big tribute performed. T.I., John Legend, DJ Khaled. The marathon continues. It was absolutely beautiful.
Yes, and it was great to see the family up there and the messages that they were able to give to the audience and to the people that were viewing, all of the viewers, to see the outpouring of love and support, and again, not to go deep into it, but, that brother still should be here, but, he fulfilled his purpose.
He did.
And
Did you hear his mom? Did you hear his mom talking about how
Yes.
he had came home and he was doing things that he normally doesn't do?
Right.
It's almost like his spirit. I don't know if people caught that because she did, have a very unique way of explaining but I kind of got it.
Right.
Like his spirit was at peace.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
his spirit was about to transition, So, and she was, she basically was saying, you know what? I'm his mother. I'm okay. He's in a better place. There's no need for retaliation. There's none of that stuff. Just go and live his principles that he tried to, erect in the community.
Yeah, and I think that's the overall message that I've gotten, even
Yeah.
from colleagues that, I know some people that actually work with him, and I didn't get an opportunity to meet him, but, I did work with others that did work with him, and, everybody just remained and said the same thing about it, his purpose and, what he was trying to do. And again, being of service and getting himself in a position where he can provide opportunities for others.
Right.
And that's what it's about. So I think the youth really that as, focused on him and followed him should see that. And he's definitely left a blueprint for others to follow and build on. So definitely a kudos to the entire family. Rest in peace, Nipsey.
All right. Rest in peace, Nipsey. I just want to say kudos to BET, right?
Yes.
I mean, what
Yes.
a great show. I was joking earlier. I was joking during live tweeting. Like I was saying, every award show now is about to just see if they can hire all those people who work for BET, who put this show on, who executive producer. But just a great show, just amazing. Anything that you like, that we missed that you wanted to kind of?
Yeah, you know what? I want to say the very end of the show. When they went out, I want to give kudos to Mr. Johnny Gill.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
He came out.
And he did
Before I Let You Go.
Yeah, Before I Let Go.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
He
So
was
I mean,
good.
and I
He was
thought
good.
he did it, and definitely he has a new single out now, "Soul of a Woman." I think which just reached number 1. So definitely kudos to Mr. Johnny Gill and continuing to do his thing, and but I thought overall it was an awesome show, and just looking forward to bigger and better things. For the BET Awards.
Yeah, like I said, it was more. I mean, it was an award show, of course.
Yeah.
But really, I just want to leave you, Studio Set Stagers, with yes, it was an award show, but it's much more than that. It was a celebration of our culture, how far we have come.
Right.
Tyler Perry, y'all. Yeah, but think about it.
Yeah.
Look how Oprah Winfrey. Hello, Serena Williams. Like, look how far, guys, that we have come. Like he said, we used to be on the auction block. We're here in Georgia, and if you stay by any ports, like any kind of ports, like water ports or railroad ports or whatever, many cities have erected, or those auction blocks are still there.
Yeah.
And some of them are dilapidated and broke down, but you can kind of see the formation of them. In Marietta, there's one right here by the railroad tracks. And guys, we used to be up there chained, in chains, okay?
Exactly.
So you have to understand what an award show like the BET Awards, what it means for us. Yes, they are still owned by, it's not owned, Viacom is not owned by us, but we are inching our way up, and it's because of people like Oprah, Tyler Perry, so many other of our Black elite esteemed people who are reaching back and helping the next man, the next Black man.
Yes, indeed. And like you said, it's a testament to the journey, to the struggle, and also to celebrate the success. June, of course, is Black Music Month. Also is Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Like they say, really, July the 4th isn't our Independence Day.
No, it's not.
Really, June 19th.
That's right.
It's supposed
Juneteenth.
to be. Yes,
Exactly.
Exactly. So,
Exactly.
I thought that this was a great way. The BET Awards was an awesome way to cap off all of those things that are included within that. And, we should never forget.
Never forget.
Yeah.
Never forget. Because you got to think about it. There are other cultures. Let me tell you, it's other cultures who, when their children are born, they inbred in them all of the travesties that have been bestowed upon them through history. And it's something that we have to do. Mm-hmm. We have to teach our young when they come out of the womb who they are and what is expected of them.
Right. And it takes, like you said, each one teach one. Mm-hmm. And know that, there is a fabric in that. Mm-hmm. There's something that connects us to that because, hey, we are on the shoulders of those that came before us.
We done been through slavery. Yeah. Come on now. 400 years. Jim Crow. Come on. We've been through drugs. People, they try to flood our communities. Drug babies, drug addicts, alcoholism. Like, let me tell you something. Everything that can be done to a culture has been done to the African American people. Mm-hmm. And we come out with last night, BET Awards.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Awesome.
What?
I thought that was well put.
What?
I thought that was well put.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. Cool. Well, guys, this is Studio Set Stage. I'm Cynthia Mallard.
I'm Mark Dean.
Don't forget, guys, you can follow us. Make sure you find us on all podcast platforms, okay?
Again, Apple Podcasts. It's Apple Podcasts, not iTunes anymore. It's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Google Play.
And don't forget, StudioSetStage.com. Go there and support. Just support any way that you can. Just support us. We love you so very much. What's your name?
Yes, my name is Mark Dean.
And I'm Cynthia Mallard. We are Studio Set Stage.
Take care.